Minute late. Whoopity doo. This is so dumb. Hold on. This is so dumb. It's a weird, like, little thing that I have every time I start the show. Because I'm like, I don't have to cough when I hit go live. But the second I go live, then boom, then a cough like appears in my throat. And it's weird and I don't get it. Probably never will. Probably some kind of coinky dink of, hey, Rini, of streamerdom, hostism, whatever you want to call it, where that first cough is just, it hides in the background until you hit go live and then boom, you cough. How's your Wednesday been, Rini? Well, there's a big jump. Immediately jumping. I like it. I wish you'd hit the target. We got to remember to go through that when we start the show proper. Looking at the jump leaderboard, we totally did not do that last night before we went off the air. I feel like that's something we always need to check in on. We need to check in on how many jumps we have when we start at 7, and then how many jumps we have at the end when we're done. And today's going to be, that's fair. I don't know if I'd go all the way to meh, but I wouldn't be like, it was fantastic. It's hot. It's hot. I know it's so cliche to talk about the weather, but it's hot. I went for a walk and I was just sweating, which is probably a good thing. But still, man. And it was warm, and because I'm in the highest peak of the house, sometimes it gets a little sweaty up here, especially when we're doing the show. Hey, Hex, welcome in. There's a big jump. Oh, that's a good jump. That's a good jump. I went farther than I still haven't learned the angles yet. Thank you, Rini.
Pucker up.
That's going to go over the target. All right.
It's time for the pain.
We know that now. Where's my emote wall? My emote wall's way too low. Ooh, we got a hydrate. We got a little bit of both. Fantastic. It still doesn't work. I'm putting it on my list. Top points. It's not as simple as it used to be, but I have ideas. Write it down. Take that one offline. Ooh, it's time to start.
It's the Z Word Show. It's the what? The what? It's the Z Word Show. The Z Word Show. It's the what? The what? It's the Z Word Show. Stabbing little hug barrels with a rusty Allen wrench. Teriyaki swimming sideways, nothing here makes sense. Things are always breaking, whole stream glitching again. Camera freezing, chat teasing, maybe reboot it, my friend. Spin the wheel for some tokens, maybe gift cards tonight. Socks or pens or mega sours, all prizes in sight. Don a snazzy pink suit, full shimmer on display. We're just one sub away, they're yelling it all day. Jump, but never hit the bullseye. We celebrate anyway.
What's up, Yak?
It's the Z Word Show.
Ooh.
It's the
Point
what? The what?
4-3.
It's the Z Word Show.
Oh, it is time. It is the Z Word Show. Welcome in. It is Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. I'm your host, Dak Dynamite, and tonight is night 2 of the Zacbox sandwich, where we're going to mind meld together. We're going to play around. We're going to potentially create some stuff together. It is Wednesday. It's fantastic. But we will, so we're going to get to that in a little bit. Yuck put over on the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, please feel free to join the Discord. I added a Meld Spark idea channel where I would be happy to hear your guys's, like, between these sessions and between these things, ideas that you would have for Meld. Some of them we'll work on together during the mind melds. Other times I'll just take them away and noodle on them. Like, Yuck had some really cool, man, they're out there doing all kinds of yard work. Wow, you guys can't hear that at all, I don't think, unless I talk. Like, all I can hear is the yard work. It's wild. But some of them I'll take away with me to work on. Like, Yuck has some really good ideas for enhancements to the analytics board, but that requires, like, not like actively doing stuff in Meld. So it wouldn't be nearly as fun of a thing to do. But yes, we are in the meaty Meld part of the sandwich right now. And yes, I owe us a look at the jump leaderboard. We didn't check in with this yesterday. And we need to. So I want to look at our grand totals and get a starting point for tonight. 1,290 jumps. That's what we'll call it. There's been a few already tonight, but what can you do? Oh, beast. All costs. That sounds dangerous. That sounds ominous. Avoid shellfish at all costs. I'm happy to hear you're doing fine, though. I'm happy to hear that. But we are up to 1,290 collective jumps. It's going to go up to 1,291 in real time there. Look at that. It's beautiful. Total hits, 359 hits for a hit accuracy of 27.8 for the group together. We have that one bullseye that I've hit so far. The community average for when you do land on the target is 41.52. And our all-time high, of course, is my 99.8. And I believe Hex comes in second place on that one. Yeah, with 99.4. That's too much work. And no, I can't. You guys can't be in control of feeding the fish. And I don't even know if, like, being able to change the lights and things in their tank would be good for the fish or not. I'm trying to keep them alive. And I don't know if those other things would be good for them or not. Who's got the highest hit percentage?
It's motherfucking Mac tonight.
Motherfucking Mac tonight. Big Joe. 36 jumps, 13 hits. That's not bad. Who's got the most actual hits? Yuck. With 70 hits. 31%. That's not bad. Years. He's years old. He's got to be pushing. He's pushing 5, 6 years old. Oh, my Lord. And then in addition to all the yard work that's happening, there was just a big giant rolling thunder that just happened as well. But don't forget, get 50% off your first month of Meld Spark. Use code Z-word. That's how you do it. Crazy. Look at all those points. What's going on? After. So yeah, like $20K to dig a ditch. Like, so just to war. 100,000. Oh, this is a big time war if it gets accepted. Hex, you might have just wasted 10,000. Don't do the blackjack game unless it's on the screen. Cuz it will play you. It will play it. But I can't guarantee if you would win or lose. I can't stress that enough. Well, no. I mean, it is what it is. Don't do war unless we're on this screen because it doesn't work. Like, holy smokes. It's pouring rain. Yeah. Yeah, so Lord Raiden is in here doing things. So I guess if we lose power or something, you guys know why. It's out there. It's happening. But yeah, this screen, war. Blackjack, only on that screen. And I guess that's the one thing about these that kind of suck. Is it honestly takes, you know what, I'm not even going to say what I'm thinking in my brain. But yes, unless the specific game is up and running, you're potentially throwing tokens in the garbage. You may have won that hand. You know, we may look at the token leaderboard here in a little bit and you'll see that you won. But tonight it's just we're gonna do some mind melding. If you guys have ideas, I'm happy to hear them. If not, we're gonna play around a little bit with the Battle Royale game that Crazy suggested last week, and it created that little funky little game that had the inklings of something that might be fantastic. So we're going to do that. There you go. Exclamation point, jump to play. Get that bullseye. Splash. Oof. This is like this is a miss fest. Target's hard to hit, man. That's the thing. It's meant to be. I feel like if you were hitting it every time, it's hard to think of games that would work that aren't just randomizers. The other thing, and we'll talk about it a little more when we get in there, is I've come to know how beholden we potentially are to some of the graphical limitations of certain things as well. But we got spins to do. We owe Rini a spin on the wheel of first spins. We owe Crazy 10 spins. And yeah, we're just going to spend a couple hours noodling, messing around, seeing what we can do to, put some placeholder graphics on some things, put some ideas into it. And then you can always come back and like add some cool, like better graphics. Like, like we have cooler race cars now because we added our own graphics for that. But so we're going to have some fun with that. We're going to have some fun with it. And like I said, if you think of something when we're not online, like Yuck did with some great analytics board improvements, put them in that Meld Spark chat thing, and we'll see what things we can create. Because, if we're going to pay for this thing, and I think it's worth every nickel, we might as well have some fun with it. We might as well take it out for a real spin, throw some stuff at the wall, see what works, see what doesn't work. And we'll enjoy it. But you know what? I don't have a lot to do before that. So we'll I do want to go over to let's just do this real quick before I forget. First I'm going to do I got to do the candy because Rini got me with a pucker up. Crazy. Just so you know, there's a pucker up out there that needs to be done. Here we go. Thank you, Rini. every time. I think I'm going to beat it. I think I'm going to defeat it. And then I don't. And I feel like I'm going to win. And then I don't win. Oh. At least the 20 seconds are up. Want to go over to Zacbox and look at some stuff. I made an executive decision to knock it down from 5 players to 4 players to potentially help. It's mucking up my whole mouth. It's freezing me up. There were some things with spacing and cards I noticed that I didn't like. But I think it was because we had too many players were able to play it. So I've knocked it down to 4. And I'm just want to do a little bit of playing around with that. And then remember, and this is the thing, all I can really do is explain my way around it, because unlike the trivia game, I can't really do anything about the fact that you might have to type hit twice. So the main thing to remember is if you have to repeat a command, just put a little something like space and then put a little something on the end of it, and then that will push it through and it'll still work. That's kind of a Twitch limitation, because I remember when that happened with the trivia games, and I looked into trying to get Twitch to stop doing that, and that's built in. A roulette board seems like it. The reason why I picked blackjack is it felt like that was the easiest game to make. A roulette board feels like it would be doable, but there's a lot of weird rules and things to roulette that would be hard to replicate in a game that you can play from your chat. That would be the only problem. But let's go over to Zacbox real quick and just make sure it's still working. Oh, there's Hex. That 10,000 is just sitting there. Oh, well, there you go. Hex, it's up to you. That 10,000 you put on there was just waiting for us to arrive. But now we got to let Hex play their hand. You got all the 4s. Yeah, just make Hex, that's a good idea. Make subtle changes. Like I said, I can't fight Twitch on this one, and I don't want to give up on the game just because Twitch kind of stinks. How many cards are they going to give you? I might do that. I might do that actually to save space. Crazy. But we'll see. Maybe. All right, so you went even on that one. That was a push. That's a lot of to do for a push. All right. Crazy, you got more than enough. You got more than enough. Remember, when the first person joins, that does start a 20-second timer. To be able to join in. All right. I don't like it. I'm going to stay on it, though. 21. Well done. Ooh. That's 17. Stay. What do we got? We got a 6. It's got a hit. Bang. Everybody wins. Tokens fall from the heavens. Yeah, I think limiting it to 4 players is the move. I think that was a good move. As far as spacing. I think 5 was a little too much. 5 was the dream, but I think 4 is the right way to do it. Because I didn't want to shrink the cards. I also need to tell it 4 players start game. Ooh, I like my 20. I like my 20. And remember, while you're waiting, you can do all the other fun stuff too. It's all in here. Yeah! Big winners! Big winners! I want to play one more time. I'm going to go 10,000. $1.3 million for crazy. Ooh, Hex is going in for 100,000. Oh, I got a 93.11. How about that? Ooh, I don't like this. Hit it. There we go. It's a big hit. Yuck has split it up. Assume we're going to stay on that 19. Oh, and I assume they're going to hit on that 13. Oh, why did it do that? That makes more... Like, it does weird things with the cards every once in a while, but I still like this better. All right. So there we go. 348,000 points. That's not horrible. Let's bring up the wheel. We got some wheel stuff to do.
Give the wheel of tokens a spin and watch the luck come rolling.
I'm checking the chat. Next one's 10. 10.
Give the wheel of
Yuck
tokens
ones.
a spin and watch the luck come rolling in.
First things first, we got to bring up the wheel of first spins for Rini. For some reason, Rini has this ability to not be seen by the fact that maybe they're not watching anymore. They just might have checked out for a bit, which is perfectly fine. But for some reason, Rini never pops up when I search, which is fine. Wheel of first spins. What do we got? One spin. And I don't see anything else, so we're going to switch to the wheel of tokens and just spin that one spin for Rini. Here we go. Maybe they'll hit the golden slice. There it is. It's going to be... Oh! That's worth... Oh my goodness gracious. That was mere I don't even know how to measure how far away that was from the golden slice. Look at that. Look at that right there. It was so close. It couldn't have been closer if you tried. I could barely draw a line. I could barely draw a line right there. I just wanted to use to bring out the Zacbox, which we created yesterday using Meld. Fantastically so. Well, look at that thing. All right, back to the wheel. All right, up next is Crazy with 10 spins. And I'm pretty sure I can find Crazy in here. There's Crazy. Bang! Twitch, 10 spins. 10 spins! Let's go. Telling you, we made this wheel in Meld Spark. It's linked into all our token systems. It knows when it's giving away tokens. It knows when it's giving away cash, Amazon gift cards. It knows when it hits the wheel of gift cards. It randomizes the golden slice. It spins for us. Beautiful. Inspired by, listen up.
Wheel of gift cards.
Oh my. Crazy, now we're talking. I just drew the arrow. I drew the arrow on my notes. But you can do that in Meld Spark. And then you can have a cool wheel for your show forever. As long as you're using Meld. Hell, you can even use it you can even port it over to OBS. Oh! Using Spark Plug, so you're not even stuck having to use Meld. That's how cool Spark is. You can do stuff like this and take it all the way over to OBS if you feel like it. It's a wondrous thing. And you can get 50% off your first month using the code ZWORD. This is a good set of 10 spins for Crazy. I'm looking at this right now. Fantastic set of spins. And we get to go to the 55,000. And we get to go to the wheel of gift cards. So let's do that real quick. Wheel of gift cards. See, there's green on there. That way I know I'm on the right wheel or not. That money is green. Spin it. Shovel it up. You land on a green one, you win real money. You win that Amazon gift card, but it looks like it's going to be 15,000 tokens. Still, 70,000 total. That's not horrible. That's nothing to shake a stick at. Let's change that. I don't want that green on there. We want the wheel of tokens. And then up next is Hex. Hex. Boom. Found you. 10 spins. Let's do it. Crazy. Remember, you can also, thanks to Crazy's suggestion, you can look up anybody's point total. It's on the leaderboard. If you know their username, exclamation points in that username, and boom. You can be nosy. Maybe you want to challenge them to war. And the only way to challenge them, to know if you can challenge them for how many what they got, you might want to investigate. So feel free to investigate. You can look up how many points I got. I won't mind. Another big jump. We started the night at 1,290 jumps. How many are we going to end the night at? Look at that. Hey, look it all up.
Wheel of gift cards.
Oh my, we're going right an arrow on here. Wrote another arrow. I think it's funny that it brings up a fake ass, when other people look it up, it brings up a fake ass avatar. That's how you know somebody else is looking up your shit, though. So I don't want to change it. I think that's funny, because then you can know if somebody's looking you up, because a fake avatar shows up. I was thinking about yelling at it to change it, but I want to keep it. Now that I'm thinking about it. $48,500 tokens plus a trip to the wheel of gift cards. We're going back. Count that thing down to one spin. Let's see if we can get something green for Hex. No, it looks like it's going to blow right by all the green, but another 50,000 tokens. And see, what's beautiful now is that we actually have things. I'm trying to concoct more things to use them on, because people are always like, what do I use my tokens for? They used to ask that. And yeah, it's still good for entering the drawing, but now you can use them. You can use them to play slots. You can use them to play blackjack. And we're going to keep working on stuff. Yuck, we owe you 10 spins. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Yuck, dumb, boo, bum. On the Twitch machine. 10 spins. Let's go.
Wheel of gift cards.
Did I just hear Wheel of Gift Cards again? We're drawing another arrow. Oh my goodness. I was looking at a producer note when I heard that in my ear. And I'm like, holy smokes. Spin number 7. 3 arrows, though. Except for Rini. Poor Rini got left out. They only had 1 spin. So, you know, that is what it is. Ooh, there was the golden slice. Didn't hit that. What else? Oh, no, I don't think it's going to get around. We're going back to the Wheel of Gift Cards. 15,500 tokens and the Wheel of Gift Cards. So let's take a journey together. Wheel of Gift Cards. 1 go on this. Here we go. Oh! It tried, but another 50,000. 3 trips to the Wheel of Gift Cards. We didn't walk away with any prizes tonight, but that's okay. Maybe next time. You'll get those socks next time. And then I want to take one quick gander. Let's put this away. I want to take one quick gander at the official token leaderboard, which lives here exclusively on our games screen. We call it, on here, it's called the Token Dashboard Overlay. Turn that bad boy on. All right, Crazy, you're in the lead. You got 1.27 million. Not bad. Not bad. I got 189,000. But like I said, that will be erased and removed before we do any drawings. And you can see, like, there it is. Wheel over there on recent results. Lots of wheel stuff. Let me see if Anonymous hit on the board. No, Anonymous didn't even hit on the board that time. So that's good. But Rini's got a lot of tokens. We can race. We'll do that here in just a second. Let's see Hex's history. 50,000 on the wheel. 48,005 on the wheel. Big Jack, Blackjack loss. 100,000. Couple wins before that. Lost a little on the slots. Lost a little on gambling there. Losses. See, there's a lot of ups and downs, ebbs and flows to that. But hopefully we got the results thing licked and we got the thing fixed so it won't mess with our shit anymore. But there it is. There's a, well, I can't have this pop up every time there's somebody wants to look at it. What I'm thinking, I got excited. And look at that. In real time, it updated. Real time. We got a real time update there. Crazy. Just lost 144,000. on that gamble. These are the types of things that I want to see happening. Since we reset the leaderboard, or since I had to re-upload everybody's points, crazy, you have 17 wins and 10 losses with your tokens. That's the name. That's right. That's the name of the game. But there we go. So it's working in real time. But I'm thinking I'm going to have it put something. Hold on. I'll show you. I'll show you my plan. I'll use the Zacbox to show you my plan. My plan is for if somebody types in top, it'll appear down here on this little chat thing on one of those little blue things that folds up. And it'll have like the top. It won't have the top 10. But it might have like the top 5 or the top 6. It'll depend on how it fits in there. I'll probably keep it to 5 just in case somebody goes completely fucking bananas with tokens. And so the hope is that I can add a thing so that when you type top, it flips a little thing up with the top 5 names from the board. And so it won't appear in chat, but it'll appear on screen. So once you've learned to look for it on screen, then you'll be good. There's Terry. Oh, right there. Ha ha ha. There's me. That's Zach. Right there. Ah. And it's like, be right back. All right. There was a request here, so let's go to it. There was a race request from Hex. I like that we got a lot of cool music all over the place. Like we got a jamming tune on the race track. We got a funky groove in the game show zone, or in the giveaway zone. We got a funky Zacbox or Zac Jack tune. You know what? Suck it. Ah! You were a little late. Racing on the original Grasslands course. Crazy, that's a good question. Do I plan... Ooh, that was close. I win, no. Do I plan on resetting the leaderboards from time to time? The way... I'll explain it to you. It'll be easier to show you what I plan on doing. You were a little late, Hex. The race had already started. The race had already started. Now remember, this can go up to 10 racers at the same time. You have 18 seconds to join, Hex, if you're still looking to get in the race. There they are. It says it can do certain things. Oh, I'm done. God dang, that went quick. But I don't have a lot of... Whoa! Whoa! No matter what happens, everybody's out, but... Oh, that's one of those destructive races of death. The old race of death. The orange car is here. But after this race, crazy, I'll show you my plan. And then we'll go over to the our creator lab. And yuck, that might be a good place to start. It might just be like, hey, create a spinning cube and see what it does. See if it's got the chops. I tried one 3D thing one time and it wasn't super great. Bang, got him. Whoa, we got another race to the death race. Can Hex make it all the way to the end? Yes, Hex made it all the way to the end, gets their 5,000 tokens. All right, so I'm going to show you, because it's easier just to show you, Crazy, what my plan is. So we got to go back down here and bring back the token dashboard overlay. And so, all right, all the points were going out in the race like they were supposed to, which is good. So as you can see, there's a date range. The race stats are right there always on the screen. The race leaderboard just lives right there in the scene, so you can see the stats between every race. Who's got the most points? But Crazy, oh, now I'm going to bring out my Telestrator to boot. Oh, I'm going to bring it all out. We're bringing out all the Meld weapons. Telestrator. So right here in the from and the to, I can put a date range, and then it will only show the tokens that you've amassed during that date range. And then every game is programmed to only allow you to pull from the tokens based on the date range. So like, if I get all the way down to, like, I have 197,000 tokens right now. If I get down to 0 during the time period from 5/8 to 6/24, I can't do anything unless I spin the wheel, unless I get or win a race or get tokens some other way. But if I was to erase the filter, all the points you've ever amassed will pop up. And so we'll be able to see like many points that or like how many tokens you've earned total forever, in addition to being able to keep it constrained to just the period for the drawing. So like, as soon as we get done doing the drawing on 6/25, I'll come in here, change the date range from 6/25 to the day before the next drawing, and then your points will then be reflective of that, and that's what you can go off of in each game. And so because we have the ability to date filter it, we don't ever have to erase anything. We don't have to ever erase it. Now, Yuck pointed out at one point that, and I need to look into that eventually the number could get so big that the system might not be able to track it anymore. And then at that point, we might have to say, sorry, official Z-Word token leaderboard version 2 or something. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, we have a history that just works. Well, we'll know how good it really works after the end of this month. But everything so far, and I've tested like changing the date. Yes, it is local to my machine. All the databases. So there's no, so like if somebody wanted to like, that's part of the reason why like this specific one probably wouldn't work if I gave, like, you know how I shared the analytics URL with you? That one's kind of works a certain way. Ooh, that's a good jump. Where this one, I think if you loaded it up on your computer, would just show an empty leaderboard. You wouldn't see anything because there wouldn't be anything for it to pull from. But that's how it works. That date range thing is going to be the thing that helps us keep history. But yeah, no, I can have it like point to me. I can even have it like, I can technically build a thing where I can have it press a button and it'll spit a text file out and allow me to download it. I've done that with something else that I was testing. But no, so we're in a good spot with the token overlay. I just got to stop having games test it and reset it. That's the one thing I got to be very careful of. All right. I've jibber jabbered enough. We got to go to the, we're calling it the, it's the same screen that we were working on before. I just spruced it up a little bit. It's the scene's called Audience Sparks, but it's the Meld Creator Idea Board. You can see the chat right there. That's because I've got a window capture so that you can see what I'm typing in. I don't know how to use GitHub or what that is. That's probably true, and I probably could do some smarter things with GitHub, but when you were like sharing some of that stuff, I was just kind of looking at it like this. So you might, honestly, I might reach out to you to help explain it, because there's certain things like the token leaderboard and stuff like that I would love to push out to an external source. So that way, if something went wrong, I could be like, just look at what you just pushed it out to and call it, suck it right back in. Like that might be the move. This is the same scene we were on a couple weeks ago when we were messing with this. So some of the stuff you remember, like the Plinko machine, which I don't like. The idea is not bad, but, or the horrible casino pusher that didn't super duper work. The Magic 8 Ball's still here. I put a Z word thing on it. So you can, now exclamation point 8 ball with a question. And I tweaked that a little bit. So that still actually works. I don't know if we'll pull that into, any scenes or not, but that's still here. Like you can still use it. Yuck says, can I have some socks? As I see it. Yes. So that's still here. The Magic 8 Ball would be a thing that needs to disappear unless it's called upon. That's the only problem, is it just sits there big and in our face. So I don't like it. So before we start, oh, sorry, I turned it off. Try that again, Hex. Oh, ask again later. Sorry, I turned it off. That's my bad. I turned it off because when it's off, it doesn't work. I like that question, though. 8 Ball. Will this cube? Yeah, there is. I could tell it too. Yuck, it's very doubtful. Like, yeah, let's just try it right now. So, okay. For the Magic, and you can see what I'm typing on the screen, 8 Ball. And I don't even know if I have to do some of this formatting that I do. Can you make it so that the 8 Ball only is on screen when the 8 Ball command is used? There we go. And now it's thinking. And so I figured one thing I would add to this screen is the ability for you guys to see what I'm seeing when we put things in there. So I'm just not like having to read it off to you. You can see it working. It's pulled up the layout. It's working on it. My only concern is every once in a while, Meld does something really reckless and you have to kind of like literally restore from a backup. And I'm worried that'll happen one day we're streaming this. And so, all right, so it's disappeared, but hold on. It's signs point to yes. It says it's now updated the magic 8-ball to be hidden by default. It will now automatically fade in when someone uses the 8-ball command in chat, performance animation, and then fade back out once it's finished and no more questions are in the queue. And then it tells you, like, sometimes it does a really good job telling you all the changes. But yeah, so there you go, crazy. Now it should work like you just mentioned. Exclamation point 8-ball in a question will bring it back up. And you'll be good to go. Most likely. So that's actually something that may find its way out of the idea board and do it. And so for each one of our things we're going to do, I'm going to reset the chat. That's something you can do. We are in here. We are messing with Meld Spark right now. You can get 50% off your first month of Meld Spark by using the code ZWord. Just download Meld or Spark Plug for OBS and then sign up for a plan on their website and do that first month for $10. It's the deal of the century. All right, so we're going to start a new chat. And so Yuck mentioned, let's just try this. Can you make a 3D cube that that spins on its vertical axis and has markings on its side like a standard die. All right, let's see if we can make a 3D cube. I've asked it in the past if it can make 3D cubes, and it says it can. And I wrote a thing that said, well, if it really can, I should come up with something that uses dice, but we'll see. And so now we're going to find out. Ooh, it blinked. Yeah, it does these weird things where the containers that it builds for things cuts things off. And so then you got to like kind of expand it a little bit. But the thing is, and so, yeah, so there's a 3D cube. And so then, you know, you could figure out something to do with that. Let's see. We'll ask it. There you go. It's a lot to read. I don't know. And like I said, I don't really know much about any of this stuff. So I would believe it no matter what it said. See, I don't know much. I don't know what CSS is. What's CSS? Cascading style sheets. That's funny. That's like asking, like, what's CSS? And then you tell me what it is. And then it's like, what are cascading style sheets? Because I'm like, yeah, I guess you did. You answered my question. But so it makes... And so then it's transparent. And I'm curious as to why it chose to make the sides transparent. Which is, you know, like, so sometimes it makes very stylistic choices. And you're like, why did you make like the style choice that you made? Because like, it doesn't have to be I feel like it's almost like it's trying to prove that it did what it was asked to do. Because like, because yeah, no, but you can see the threes up there. So let's see. So like for the, and you gotta, when you start having a lot of stuff in your scene, you have to be very specific to tell it to only, like, I just use for the whatever. Maybe whatever examples it pilfered happen to be transparent. That could be, can you make it instead that, I'm going to update this, that when a user types exclamation dice, that 2 dice come rolling in from the left side of the screen and land randomly as if someone rolled them. I know this is a stupid way to say it. This is a stupid way. Instead of 1 die, yeah. And this is one of those things where I would probably try, like, I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here. And what would happen is, like, you would see what it does. And then if it does something good, then you're like, fine. If it does something silly or really wrong, then what I would do is I would take that plain language over to ChatGPT and say, hey, this is what I want to have happen. Can you write me a prompt that tells it to do this or fixes it up? See, I think it's going to take the 3D-ness away. I think they're just going to slide in. I have concerns that they're just going to slide in, but it's working. Let's see what happens. And it's got a stop button there that you can press if, like, you accidentally type something you didn't mean to. All right. Oh my God, those are ugly. And it's only 1 die. I don't like that. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. As far as I know, it uses Google Gemini as a backend, is what they went with. They're not really. That's what I've heard. Hold on. And see, and this is where I'd be like, for the dice roller, I'd be like, make sure both dice land on the screen and land face up. Let's see if that changes anything. You never know. Like, I forget exactly why they said they landed on that. In a way, you would think they would, and maybe Claude didn't want to have anything to do with them. You never know. Like maybe they just couldn't work a deal out with them. Cause yeah, I've heard that Claude is better at code. Okay. Supposedly, the dice roller has been updated to ensure the results are clear and perfectly positioned. Landing range is now more central. Don't Fate. I don't necessarily like. It's a. Hold on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this off screen real quick. Hold on. I'm going to go to my other buddy off screen. We need like a good science-y music to go in this scene. Hold on. I'm going to all my workers right now. We need music on this scene. Is what we need. All right, we're working on that. All right, so then I'm going to go into this and I'm going to say, hold on, I'm asking ChatGPT to create us a better prompt. Left side of the screen. I'm typing it up now. Okay. All right, we're gonna get a better prompt. All right. We got a better prompt. For the dice roller layer. It's a big old long prompt. I don't need that. You know what? I'm not even mad about that. I'm going to leave that in there. All right. So now we put a whole different code in here. We're also working on sciencey music. All right. Oh, I gave it a bad name. Oh no, I didn't. Creating. We're working on music. We're working on music. Because this scene needs music. It needs something in the background. It's working on the dice roller. Oh, it was closer. It's working on it. We're working on it. Let's see what it does. Let's see how it fixes it. I don't know why there's some, I know what it is. Number one, the scene itself is way out of place. Let's try this. So that's better. So there you go. So now it looks a little cooler. We would probably add our own sound effects to it. We would probably have like a shake and then the spill out noise. But the point is, because yeah, the noises that this thing picks stink. I'm trying to think, like what kind of games, and then it's like, oh, if you can create dice, then then what's the game you add them to? Because there's lots of games that use dice. Could be. Let's tell me if you guys can hear these. I don't know if it could go on like that forever. That was one of them. What's the other one? All right, so let's look at the I'm gonna clear that chat. I feel like It's like a 90s kid show. Science. I mean, hold on. Let's try something else. A majestic journey through time and space. Let's try that instead. We'll work on that. Yeah, well, that's what I put. That's the style I put. It's a majestic journey through time and space. So we'll see. Let's get up. Let's look at the Battle Royale again. In case you guys didn't remember how that worked, it was exclamation point fight to join it. And now this is the one where we need to like start spitballing some ideas to make this bigger and stronger and tougher. I think I totally forgot the first one too. Hold on, I got it. Well, let's double check and see if you actually got those tokens. No, I didn't think so. I didn't think that game was looped into it. This is the token leaderboard without anybody that just sits here that you can see. All right, let's see. This is the newest idea for music in here. A majestic journey through time and space. So, what are we thinking we want to add to this thing? In my mind, it feels very medieval. So one of the first things I would want to change for, what's it called? I want to make sure I call it the right thing. For the Battle Royale. Update the player entry screen to be medieval in its theme. We're going to start right there. What else do you want? Crazy, this was your baby. This was your brainchild. He's a leaderboard. Okay, right now it's just working on changing the All right, so here's another one. This is the majestic journey through time and space. This one I really like so far. This reminds me of like a theme from a Star Trek. Man, it's working hard to change this to medieval. That's not very medieval. That's not what I meant. No, this is what I'm talking about. When it starts doing weird shit, like the war game doesn't have anything to do with it. But it's trying to be smart. So we gotta cross our fingers that everything's gonna work out okay. Hold on, I'm doing something to try and fix what it's potentially done here. Hold on, I know the screen is black. I promise we'll get back. Hold on. It's done one of its mental things where, like, instead of just fixing the one thing you want it to fix, it's like oh, I'm going to look at everything that you've ever created and try to match things. And I want to just punch it in its face when it does that. All right, let's see what happens. Supposedly it's done. Put a little a grand tournament is called. Oh my goodness. Let me move this up a little bit. I want it up. Let's try. I want to look at one more fight. But I do like that. My bad. Okay, that's one thing we got to work on. The battles need to be longer and more dramatic. So let's do this one step at a time. I want to do longer fights. Oh, I like that. I'm writing these things down. Items. Blood splatter. All right, so it improved a 2-second dramatic pause before the first fight and a wind-up animation for every attacker before they strike. Increased delays between rounds to 2.5 seconds. Okay. That also happens from time to time, where you get a complete fail. When the fight started, nothing happened. That's the weird thing where it's like it'll be like I did all these things. Yeah, like stats and things would be cool and it could keep track of all that. We would have to be very careful about like how we do scaling for things like damage and stuff for when experienced fighters fight less experienced fighters. That would have to I assume you would have to think about that. Like there's a lot of logic you could think of. Oh, there's that too. All right. Now, sometimes it runs things like this. It makes it look like it's doing something. Like there's no point in entering that crazy because it's not an actual match. Is that like you got to wait until after it says it's done everything. But so supposedly it's saying what it was. It was calling two functions at the same time where they were missing. All right. I most of the time I don't read it. I just believe it fixed it. 25 seconds to war. One night. Like I just want the fight to last more than like 3 seconds before we start worrying about adding other things like well, I'm going to win this one. I'm the winner. Oh, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Brave Knights. There's nothing dumb about that. I love those little boops. It's such bullshit. But I like yeah, like that was interesting. Let's see, when I was thinking about it, sort of, but it's too random. Like there being a rock, paper, scissors sort of element to it. But then that gives an advantage to the people who like join first. So that doesn't work. And so like, I'm trying to think, like there's a lot that happens with this. Like, update it so the knights are, I'm going with stick figures for right now. Figures with user avatars for heads. They also should be holding swords. And I know this isn't exactly what you're talking about, Crazy, but sometimes you got to get it just thinking about the elements, and then you can start like changing what the elements do. I like this fishing for tokens thing. I'm trying to think of the best place to put that to have it come up. There's a part of me that wants it to share the water. Don't be tricked into joining this fight. I think so. But we got to figure out what, well, because some of these things, some of the things I want to be things you can do all the time. And some of them need to be things that you can only do at certain times. Because otherwise, the screen and everything gets to be too much. I can tie things to channel points. I don't like to do that anymore because I want people on YouTube to be able to do it. I want people on Kick to be able to do it. So there's certain things that probably will still be tied to it. And so, yeah, a lot of these things take a different thought about how to balance the token economies of all the different things. Let's see what this does. Look at these little dudes. That jump is so dumb. The bass is thumping. I've been vanquished. Sometimes when it spits out really dumb shit, it's almost as fun as when it's really polished. Hold on. I'm going to reset this chat. I want it to be so that it doesn't always like it doesn't always kill the person. Like I want there to be like a little, and you make it so there is an animation when swords clash during fights. An attacker should have only we'll call it 50% now, chance of winning of a successful attack. An attack should only have a 50% chance of being successful. I can't talk, or I can't spell successful. And when a player dies, they should stay on the screen and there should be a pool of blood under them. Let's see what happens. I mean, technically you could probably code, especially if it's just web-based, you could probably code a fairly complicated game. Actually, what I sort of wish I could get my hands on is to create. Did you guys ever play Kitten Cannon? I would love to have a Kitten Cannon style game that players could play, and then based on like how far they could go, they would get X amount of tokens. Yeah. But I don't know exactly, and I would have to that one might be tough. But I'm writing it down. Fishing for tokens, Kitten Cannon. All right, it's not done working. It's just doing its thing. Now I don't remember. Well, that's not necessarily a Flash game. Old Spank the Monkey spanking it. Kitten Cannon. I forget what I was going to write. All right, so sword clash animation added dynamic spark effect triggers at the point of contact whenever attack occurs. 50% chance if attack fails. Defender survives the round and the battle continues. Death and blood, persistence, and UI improvements. See what happens. Then a royal decree. Admiral Nog prepares. I parried the strike. Oh, the blood's not in the right spot. Why do they keep letting Nog win all the fights? Are you not entertained? It's the Nog head that cracks me up. All right, hold on. I want to try if a person fails an attack, their turn is over. Is over. Also, and then we'll put the blood splatter should rest directly over the dead body. Under, not over. Under. Oh, see, we can, those are all things you can eventually add. Sound. Like I would try to create my own night graphics. Sounds. Better blood. Oh, look at this. What do we got here? Jump. Won't let me jump. It's working on. I must have already jumped. Oh, I already jumped. I'm like, why won't it let me jump? All right, it's working. It's working. That's a heck of a username, by the way. Wouldn't that have been some shit if that had landed on the bullseye for somebody named I would like to eat Ryan's ass? All right, one more fight. We'll do one more fight, and then we'll try to like spitball an idea for this fishing for tokens. You didn't. You were close. All right, it's 5 seconds to war. Ooh. All right, we got a big time. We got a lot going on here. Parried. How dare you? Yuck is done. Oh, Nog got me. Nog's taking everybody out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Crypt Keeper wins. That's all right. You know what? We're gonna move on to like put some, to give a start to a fishing game. And I'm going to take that one. I'm going to take this battle royale away with me, and I'm going to try to clean it up. I'm going to try to really get into the weeds on it, because I really do think we have something happening here. There we go. I think we have something that it needs to be cleaned up. It needs to be pushed to the next level. But hold on. I'm going to do something here. New chat. All right. Hold on. I'm sniffing around. All right, hold on. We're something here. Hold on. Sorry, Nog. I'm jumping over you real quick. Roll some dice. 6. Ah, I was close. Hold on. All right. We're throwing something at it for the kitten cannon because it popped into my brain. And what's cool is we've only used 9% of my weekly balance for what we were doing here. I saved up 89%. I was at 11 when we started. And we've only used 9, which is fantastic. I mean, this was a hell of a prompt. It's working on it. Some real basic ass shit. All right, hold on. I don't think anything happened. I don't think it worked. I don't think the kitten cannon idea worked. Hold on. It says it's flying, but it's not. Like the funny thing is I can make it so I could play it. It might be hard to make it so you guys can play it. That's the only thing. Like it would have to launch people who want to play it in a like just randomly. Like some people you'd get a good jump one time and another time you'd get a bad one. So like it'd be not only would you get random stuff supposedly happening, like I don't even know what all this stuff is. This was an absolute shot in the dark, blind bullshit thing. But then everybody would just figure out what the best one is and they would use it all the time. But maybe, I don't know. We're going to see what it's doing. It's checking on things right now. The dice roller sort of works. We could, you know what? It would be a game that would probably take too long. But, and see you, by the way, see you, Hex. Don't let that phone die. That's one of my biggest fears in life, is letting that phone die. Is that I don't know if you guys are familiar with the game Left, Right, Center. But now that we know how to create dice that work, okay, it's working on something. Right now it's still working. Don't jump into it too much. It's pointing the cannon the wrong fucking way. It's not working right yet. And why I'm typing, why is the cannon facing left? I think we may have pushed this too far. Oh, we could definitely do a Wordle style game for tokens. That wouldn't be hard. I'm writing things down. Wordle style. What's the basic gorilla game? No, we're writing them down and then we can take them and like work on them. Like some of these I might have to take away. And also I've added a thing to the Discord to write down ideas and spitball them. And we can look at what to build, because like I'm almost envisioning a day where we don't even need to play a game. We can just play games, but the games that we make, the games for the show, like we don't need Rocket League. We don't need, I don't know what Gorillas is. I can't help it, but I'm also looking at this viewer cannon, and I think we may have broke its brain, asked it to do too much. Sure, that's fine. The game seems glitched out at the moment. So 2 gorillas on top of different buildings. You take turns picking an angle to throw a banana. Also, like worms. Or like that old tank game. The jump war. Hey, this game works flawlessly. By the way, thank you very much. Jumping for tokens is fantastic. So I'm going to take away, boom, boom. I'm going to. No, the parachutes are the color they are so you can see what platform you're from. purple ones for Twitch, red ones for YouTube, green for Kick, and they're like pink and teal for TikTok. Yeah, so that helps me know if the day comes that somebody from another platform comes and jumps. I'll know. I don't know. I don't know. That's possible. World style game. That seems easy peasy. That seems like low hanging fruit to create that. I started writing something with an R and I can't remember what it was. I don't know why I got the kitten cannon all in my craw. Because it definitely doesn't seem to want to try this. No. Okay. Let me see if I can tell it what the problem is. This is currently a big pile of. Oh, you won't be able to hear it. So never mind. Never mind. Moment. There is no game on screen. Just a thin line of black text. That seems to be an error message of some sort. I don't know, like, oh, Scorched Earth. Oh, I remember playing the tank one a ton. The tank one was fantastic. But yeah, the same type of thing. Yeah, and like you'd eventually like shoot the ground out, and it felt like it had just random starts. And I don't know. I feel like Crazy was onto something where, like a game where it's turn based, it feels like it would be okay to say, all right, fire X amount of, and maybe have like a wind element that can be random. All right, this thing's taking over the whole screen. It's taking over everything. It's still pointing the cannon in the wrong direction. Oh. We got something. Oh, I got a little boost. Look at that. If anybody else wants to give it a go, give it a go. You can use that boost, gust, or bounce. I don't know what they all do. A little too late. You got to be on top of it. And I don't know if this is actually earning tokens or not. That nog shit cracks me up every time. There's not a lot of stuff on the ground. And where'd all the stuff go? It's like I hit all the stuff. I'm not against taking this and farting around with it a little bit and seeing what we can do, because what happens when I just try to grab it and shrink it? Okay. So that's gonna mess with the look a little bit. But all right. Yeah, I was about to yell at it and say, hey, after the first jump, the stuff on the ground, the random stopped appearing. Like every once in a while, I just talk to it like this. I'm like, hey, I would also there's some things I would do here. Like I would make the Hall of Fame a collapsible window. All right, so now it should work. Ooh, what's the red one do? There needs to be a spike. There needs to be a spike. But now let's see who jumps. And it needs to come out of the cannon. I do like that it seems to be random how it shoots you out, which is good. I'm fine with that. Oh, jumped your ass right over the thing. That's what you get. That's that delay coming for your ass. I actually needed to explain to me how some of these, like what the different commands work, but I feel like we got something cooking here, folks. I'm also curious if this is actually awarding these tokens. We're going to find out. Hold on. I want to play one more time. Why does it keep saying world record? Does it say, hold on, somebody else jump again? Why does it keep saying does it say world record every time? I mean, these are all things we can clean up in the post. Look at this. Look at this jump. Is it a world record jump? Get there. It's a world record. I can make the things a smidge bigger. So that's your height. Another world record. All right. All right. I got to bounce. But I'm going to work on this one. I feel like this one's got the inklings of a fantastic piece of potentiality here. Oh, of course it's just not working. Oh, my Stream Deck just took a poop, but we can work around that. Where's the Stream Deck took a poop? It's already time. The only problem is if somebody has a really great jump, yuck, then they either go off screen or the people that are too far behind get left behind. That'd be my only concern. Hold on. I also need to, we need to check. Let's just go. I'm going to go right to the tough titties for them. That's what I'm talking about. Let's just look at the token dashboard. No. Okay. So it was doing the thing to imply that it was giving tokens, but I'd have to give it the authority to add those things here, which that I actually appreciate. I like the fact that it hasn't locked those in. All right. That's good. That's good. All right. I don't know why my, Stream Deck app just if you guys want to do that real quick, I'll let you do it. We got a war. This will count, by the way. Got him. Got him. All right. Well, because my Stream Deck just completely froze, so there's not going to be any music going into the end here. So just remember, it's pop, not soda. Follow on follow on all social media at the Z Word Show. Support your local movie theaters. Go see Disclosure Day this weekend. If you're into that kind of thing, Spielberg, John Williams, come on. You're not into that kind of thing? Aliens? Let's go. And then remember, we'll be back for part 2 of the Z Word, or for the Zacbox game sandwich. Another night of Zacboxery coming at you tomorrow night, a full 3 hours. Maybe we'll see where we're at with the old kitten cannon game at that point. But I'm taking away a lot of stuff. I'm excited, but I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Try to figure out what the heck's going wrong with my Stream Deck. It's been acting funky lately. This iPad's been acting a little funky lately. And so, but we'll be back tomorrow. No matter what, we'll make it work. You guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.